Hello, welcome back to another Cooking with C4 video. Today we are making burgers. It's another easy, quick, family favorite meal. As for ingredients, we're using milk, cheese, the 3 cheese and shells, specifically HEB brand. We have
family favorite,
yes,
right?
Everybody in our family loves that. The Monteal steak seasoning. And meat-wise, we're using ground beef and elk. We're mixing the 2 meats because the ground beef helps the elk not to dry out. All right, so now we're putting the meat in the bowl to mix up the meat. Taking it out of the wrappers. There's the 2 ground beef. Here is the elk. And so for this part, you're just gonna mix it with your hands. Kind of get a good stir, flip it over a little bit. Get some of the middle.
So Cole, when did we start cooking? Can you tell the audience a little bit about?
A couple weeks ago, Mom started to make us cook. And from then on out,
What was
we've each
going
been
on
cooking.
that you had more time and were able to find time to cook?
Quarantine, COVID.
COVID had hit, we were all a little bored, antsy around the house. So Mom decided boys should take a shot at learning how to cook. It's been good, hasn't it, Carson?
Yep.
All right, mixed up
I'd mix
properly.
it just a little bit more. Get the ground meat mixed in with the venison. Plus everybody wants to see you flex a little bit. You're not hiding behind those bangs, are you?
I haven't cut my hair. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna start pressing it into burgers. Why don't you demo about 4, you can sit them back on that plate, how you do that. It's a good idea to figure out, we have 4 pounds of meat. If we divide it in half,
How big should
that
this be?
should be about 2 pounds.
Oh, all right. Is that about a half pound? Press the burger.
Yeah, I like to kind of section it off. So then if that 2 pounds, that's 1 pound, that's a half a pound. You divide it, quarter it out, or fourth it out. Our boys can probably eat a half-pound burger a piece. You know, we're meat eaters.
All right.
Meat eaters, carnivores in the NOAC house.
Here I am pressing one of the burgers, and you're just gonna make sure it's kind of flat,
Make sure you look up.
like this. And then you gotta take it out. Oh, not do that. And we're putting
Use
it on
them
this
on
one.
that plate.
And we'll put them right
So we're
there.
gonna get about 4 burgers ready to go.
Pressing another one. Oh, that one's
Of course,
gonna be a
we
little small.
washed our hands well before we started.
Of course. There we go.
Keeping things sanitary.
2, 3, and another burger.
We have a grandma who lives with us, so that gives us the 4 boys and grandma in the house. We're trying to keep things healthy for her. Lots of wiping down of the counters.
All right. 4th burger. So we've pressed all of our burgers, and now we are going to roll them in the Montreal steak seasoning. So we didn't put anything in the burgers to season them because this makes them quite flavorful, and they will be very good with just this.
They do have an interesting color to them. You probably want to open the other side so it pours out. They are elk and 70-30. Usually we'll get like the 90-10 meat, but with the elk, you need something that's going to help it hold together when you make hamburgers. So we bought some 70-30, it may have been 80-20 hamburger. Just going to roll the edge. Cole's really good at this. He loves these burgers. Even the boys' friends will come and say, hey, is your dad making burgers, don't they? I want your dad's burgers. So we give credit to this recipe to Dad.
All right.
Your friends like them?
Yes. When you roll it, just kind of a good amount of seasoning on the edge. You don't want too much because it is a little spicy to some people, but just a good amount on the edge of your burger. And then we're gonna roll one more. I think I'm gonna want a little more seasoning, so I'm going to pour a little bit more.
We gotta do 6 so you can dump it on out.
Oh, that's true. All right.
We'll run more and we'll get back to you when we're taking them out to the grill. Way to go, Cole.
We finished rolling our burgers in the Monteal steak seasoning, and now we're going to start our three cheese and shells HEB mac and cheese. Our family eats 3 of them because, again, our family really likes them. Like, we devour them. And your family might make 1 or 2 depending on the size of your family. So before we go out to grill, I started the water on the stove, and let's head out to grill now. All right, so now we're preparing our mac and cheese. The 3 cheese and shells by HEB. I know we've said that a lot, but make sure you get it right because it is very good.
The bomb.
First, we opened up the bags, the boxes, took out the mac and cheese bags, and I have a strainer ready for when the mac and cheese is completed so that I can strain the water out, and there you go. Let's put the mac and cheese in our boiling water. Make sure it's boiling.
Cole, how old were you when you learned how to make mac and cheese?
Like 12, I'd say, around that time.
Does Case know how to make mac and cheese?
Case does know how to make mac and cheese.
Does Cody know how to make mac and cheese?
Cody does know how to make mac and cheese.
Yeah.
But I think that's just because this is like super good and we all really like it. So once we put it in the bowl, we're going to stir it a little bit. And we're going to set a timer for 8 minutes. Throughout that 8 minutes, you probably want to stir it a good amount to keep it just, spread out.
You better set your timer.
Alexa, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes.
All right.
Starting now.
8 minutes. Welcome to Mayan, Texas. We are outside by the grill, which we preheated to about 390 degrees. Now we're going to put the burgers on the grill. Our burgers are a little thicker than some people may make them, but ours usually take around 16 minutes to cook.
Ooh, listen to it sizzle.
There's 2. You flip them at about a 6-7 minute mark. So, there is 4 burgers. I think these look just about done. So now I'm going to put the hot pads on my hands. Safety first. Don't want to get any burns. They're not fun.
Case cut his finger last night.
Case did cut his finger.
Gotta beware of the Cutco knives.
All right. So now I have my hot pads on, and I should probably turn the stove off. And I'm going to take this and bring it over to the sink where I have dumped this. Oh, I have my glasses on, and that's super steamy, so I can barely see. But we got all the mac and cheese out of the bottom.
Ooh, that's a good day.
That is a good day. And then I'm just gonna rinse it out of the sink. I'm going to pick up my mac and cheese, shake it around. Oh, shake it around a little bit. Try to get some of that water that's still in there out of it.
There's a glass bowl on the counter for you.
There's a glass bowl on the counter. And I'm going to dump this in. I think there might still be some water in there, but it's okay. All right.
I also left the measuring cup.
I'll take the hot pads off. And the measuring cup for the milk, which this is 3/4. How much milk do we need? We need 1/4 cup of 2% milk, and we made 3. So 3/4 is the perfect amount. And we're just gonna fill this right to the top. I probably should have
I
done
fill
that.
it all the way.
Oh.
That's making your
Way.
sauce. Good job.
All right.
Then
And
you're
now-
gonna discuss the butter.
Now when my mom does the butter, she cuts off a little bit, but I put all the butter, the proper amount of butter. You know,
Which is?
what the recipe calls for, which is 1.5 sticks of butter for 3. All right.
Wowzer.
And now we will put the cheese packets in.
You want to stir up your butter and milk before you
That
add the
would
cheese?
probably be a good idea.
You can use one of the wooden spoons.
I'll use this one. No, we probably should have cut that. But it's okay.
It is a good idea to
This
cut
is
up.
not a big bowl. Kind of hard to stir it. All right.
You're gonna stir in your cheese.
Stir in the cheese a little bit. I don't think really got a lot because we forgot to cut it into pieces, which you should probably cut it into pieces. And
We'll
now,
come back and see you stirring in that cheese in a minute. And Cole.
all right. I am dumping the cheese in, and then we're going to stir it some more. Kind of want to make sure all the cheese powder sauce is kind of in one end of the packet, so it's easier to open, and then pour throughout your bowl. I kind of flick it around like this.
Knowing how to make mac and cheese is a rite of passage. Every kid.
Should know how to make mac and cheese.
There you go.
Alright. That is a lot of cheese sauce.
It's survival for when you go to college.
So now I'm going to stir it up a little bit more. Just like this. Gonna get some from the bottom on the top. Try to get all that cheese sauce mixed in there really well. All right.
We better check on the burgers, huh, Cole?
We should probably check on the burgers. All right, we'll see you in just a little bit. All right. So now you can hear our sizzling burgers on the grill, which we are about to flip after our 6-ish minute timer went off. And we're just gonna flip these. What you're kind of looking for is the area of the grill that is a little hotter. So then you can put the ones that aren't cooked as much in the area that is cooked. Ooh. All right, we're back outside. This time we are checking to see if the burgers are done at about the rareness that we want them. If you like your burgers medium rare, you should probably take them off around right now. However, we are going for more of a medium, so we're just gonna see if they are good. I say we should put that one on a little longer. I think we will leave them on for a little bit longer, and we will see you then.
And
We've taken our burgers off, and now we are taking them inside to serve them with our mac and cheese, the best meal. All right, so we've brought in our burgers inside with our mac and cheese. Some sides to go with your mac and cheese, or just stuff to put on, not the mac and cheese, the burgers. So we have some cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, ketchup, mustard, and yeah. And then,
your brother's favorite.
a certain person in our family really likes A1, so we serve that with our burgers. And yeah, thanks for watching this. This was very easy. It took us around about 20 minutes-ish.
Your dinner served. What do you guys think?
Burgers.
It's awesome.
Awesome. Super burgers.